Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this is my backwards camera is really kind of, I don't know, really close. It's like I have to hold my arm way out here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. We are on a walk and talk, crosswalk examinations. I usually call it. Ooh, I'm hitting a shaded, chilly patch. It's a frigid 61 degrees here in San Diego, so I'm actually braving the weather in a t-shirt with a little toothpaste stain on it. Well, what are you gonna do? Howdy, Andrew J. How you doing? Howdy, Lady Celtic Moon. Hope everyone is having as beautiful a day as I am. Look at this weather. Oh my goodness. San Diego. Can't complain. Did you get my email, Andrew? Remind me. Getting something in my sock. Remind me, buddy. Yes, it is nice. It is glorious. You know, I usually like to go and pray on my walks, which is why I don't do as many walk and talks as Elliot does. And I'm sorry I'm bouncing all over the place. I did not bring my Steadicam thingy. In fact, at some point I might just turn the camera off and stick the phone in my pocket and talk to you guys like I'm having a phone call. It's gorgeous there. St. Louis sucks. Hey, what's up? Are you off? Still more free fruit tree. No. Dang gummit. There's something in my shoe. What is that? There's the culprit. It's like a little tiny seed or pebble or something. I'm like that Princess and the Pea. I can't have something in my shoe. What's that, kudzu? Yeah, probably. We have that in my front lawn too. Look, it's all over this neighborhood. Just tons of this stuff everywhere. But what's that kudzu? Oh no! I have to go to the store and get some toothpaste. I love that. That's what I love. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the store and get some tiny thing that doesn't weigh much that I can carry home. And I feel like I'm accomplishing a goal rather than just going for a walk. It just feels better. Scott Kurtz, serious question. Have you ever considered cutting your hair short? How long have you had it long? I've had it long. I started growing it out when I was about 14 years old. By the time I was 16, well, let's see, 1988. No, I guess I must have been around 15 years old when I started. Or close to 16 maybe. I wore it in a ponytail when I met my wife in the summer of 1988. And the one time I cut it off, it was funny. Well, it's not funny. I was just sitting on my bed one day and I was just like, why do I have long hair? So I just freaking grabbed it and I chopped it off. It was like, and then I was talking to my mom later and I'm like, yeah. And then it was all short for a while. It was probably as short as it had ever been in my life. Because even when I was a kid, my mom we had those old 70s bowl haircuts, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody had them in the 70s, unless you had curly hair. Well, I was talking to my mom, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I chopped my hair off that time. She looked at me and she's like, you just lost a baby. And I was like, whoa, revelation. And it's a strange thing. If you know anything about, I don't know how many cultures it's in, but I know in some cultures, cutting your hair off is a sign of mourning when you lose someone. And I don't know. my mom just thought I did it instinctively. So I guess that was the case. It was just like, it was right after the miscarriage. And yeah, so that was it. I had my hair, so my hair was short when Elijah was born because we got pregnant right after that. And then Elijah was born. All the pictures of me with him in the hospital and stuff, I've got short hair. And I just got really sick of it. I don't look good with short hair. I don't know. I look like my brother. Well, not to say my brother doesn't look good. I just got, like, I'd look in the mirror and I'd walk past the mirror and I'd be like, oh, Tom's here. Wait, Tom doesn't live anywhere near here. And it just wasn't me. It just wasn't me. You know, you become, maybe I just became accustomed to the long hair thing. So that's why. Thanks for the question, Scott. Pull my hair plugs out. Just pull my plugs out. No worries. I mean, come on, man. Elijah's 18, so that was a very long time ago. And I've been through worse since. So, what is the difference between tying your hair in a tight ponytail and having it cut short? I don't know. I'd pretty much have to have a buzz cut, and then I'd just look like Peach Fuzzy Head or something. But when it's short, I don't know. It's like spiky because I have very straight Japanese hair, you know. So it's like it's either long enough to lay flat, or it's sticking out of my head like a the porcupine or something. I don't know. I have thick Japanese hair, which it won't come up and lay flat unless it's a certain length. My wife gave me the stink eye about telling her about your show because she knows I've had a crisis in faith the past few years. She was surprised. Stink eye. Well, why the stink eye then? Explain, Eric. And I hope my show is helping. But the topic of the day. Actually, wow, we're only 8 minutes in. I'm already to the stop sign. That's pretty good. Walking pretty fast. Maybe I should slow down. The topic of the day is porn is a sin. Now, I've been getting these arguments from people that people are trying to make porn illegal. I have as yet to see anyone trying to make porn illegal. At least in this country. I know it's illegal. Certain types of porn are illegal in certain Asian countries, certain other countries. Do I think porn is free speech? No. Freaking speech. It's a sex act. Matt Walsh had a great point. If it's speech, then it's not just photographs, right? Speech is speech. I'm speaking. Speech. I'm doing it whether I'm being recorded or not. I have the freedom to speak my mind, right? If porn is free speech, that means sex is free speech. That means that if you want to get a BJ on a bus stop, then no one should be allowed to tell you otherwise. But no one in their right mind would tell you that should be legal. You should be able to go at it in the grocery store, whatever. You should be able to do all those things and be as naked as the day you were born, anywhere, at any time you like, as long as you're not shouting fire in the movie theaters, or so to speak. And that is That is an inarguable argument, right? That's absolutely true. Speech is free speech wherever you are. Now there is a modicum of what's the word? Propriety in speech. I don't want to get up in the middle of church and start yelling across the room about Marxism, or actually get up at church and start yelling anything. You have freedom of speech, but you have propriety as well. But I don't think that's the argument here. If sex is speech, then sex should be legal anywhere, anytime, and the amount of dress you have on shouldn't matter. You could, but no one in society wants that. Nobody. So trying to use that free speech argument, man, the courts were just so freaking wrong about that when they made it a free speech issue, because it's bullcrap. Absolute bullcrap. Now, do I think it should be made illegal? I want to protect the kids. I think it's become way too prevalent and way too easy to access pornography in this country, and it is damaging a lot of children. Children who become adults who can't maintain relationships because they're addicted to porn. Porn does nothing but damage people, both producers of, victims of, and consumers of. It may be, enticing and quote unquote fun and whatever, but there's nothing good that comes of porn. So it is objectively, religiously or not, it's objectively bad. So don't go to Mike's grocery store. What? Oh. And make porn a boo again. Yeah, okay. Holding this with my left arm. My right arm's getting a little taxing. See what you guys are saying. Good argument for growing your own veggies. Join late. What are the leftists up to now? No, they're just... I'm just hearing this straw man argument about people saying, that there's this movement to make porn illegal. And it's like, I'm a libertarian in more respects than I'm not. And so I think that people do have a right to do whatever stupidity they want to engage with. But to me, like I said, the damage this causes, particularly when you allow children. And I know you're not supposed to let kids have porn, but there's no real stringent laws about it. And if you're a parent and you allow your kid, 12, 13, 14 years old, when they're developing those sexual desires and they're developing those relationship needs, you allow them to partake in pornography, to me, that's freaking child abuse. You are ruining your kids' natural inclination to want to have a real relationship and warping it into something that's only about sex. And sex, frankly, they're never going to have. You know what? The people in porns are... I know they're, quote, real people. They are real people. But these kind of situations, these kind of fantasy situations that feed into this bizarre psychosis that convince kids that, oh gosh, if you're 16 and you haven't had sex yet, then you're a prude or whatever it is. Man, it gets kids. I remember being 16. And I remember all my friends telling me, you know, that they had had sex already and all this stuff. And then, I mean, full disclosure here, that's when I lost my virginity. And I remember going to my friends and telling them about it. I know, Mr. Don't Kiss and Tell, whatever. And you know what it turned out? They had all been lying. None of them had had sex yet. It was eye-opening to me that, yeah, of course I had the natural, what do you want to call it, drives of a teenage boy. But I also had the peer pressure of, you know, a porn-induced, and I don't know if you want to call it societal, but, you know, all these other kids saying, like I was behind. And I was an agnostic, so it's not like I was raised with this moral dilemma of my hormones wanting one thing, but my soul wanting another, right? But it was just an eye-opener, getting to school, talking to my friends, telling them what happened, and them finally fessing up that they had all been lying about having been previously active. Kids. So all these, you know, these movies and these TV shows about, you know, where people just, they meet for the first time and then suddenly they're so enraptured that they must tear off all their clothes and go straight to bed together. It warps people's perception. And that's not even porn, that's just the movies. Porn's even worse, but, you know, it really warps people's perception about what real people, how real people actually interact in real relational situations. And it's sad and it screws up people's lives. If there's anything I could take back from my lifetime or delete in my memory banks, it's everyone I slept with before I got married. I don't want any of that stuff in my head. It's every pornographic image I've ever looked at. I don't want any of that stuff in my head. I only want to think about one woman, and that is my beautiful wife. But unfortunately, there is, unless I have a massive stroke or something of the sort, which I don't want, then that's the life I'm stuck with. Now we're in the grocery store. 18 minutes in. Wow, that ain't a very good time. Let's see what people are saying here. This is why I watch Hallmark movies. I don't need to see that. That's right. Age verification is possible. That's right. Right. Identity verification is also possible. Anyone? Oh no, are they out of Toms? Oh no, they're not. All right. I'm gonna grab 2 of these. Anyone who's ever bought cryptocurrency knows that identification verification is absolutely possible and practical. All right. I think if you had to scan ID to enter a porn site, traffic would be way down. I think so too. And I think sites like Instagram, Twitter, whatever the social, I mean, that's Gab not wanting to allow it on its site. Works for me. Actually, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to the whole argument with Gab. That's just kind of what I hear. But that's smart if you ask me. At age, I would kill the porn industry. Huh? Like I need the government monitoring my porn. Goody. Let's hand them my library card too. Again, not. That's another straw man argument, Kevin. Everybody's making these straw man arguments like, oh gosh, it's like you say anything against it, and they're like, why do you want to make it illegal? You need more government intrusion, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, that is not what that's not what I know of anyone is saying. Performance is a powerful psychological motivator. That is correct, Edwin. Agree. If you need age verification to buy vaping products online, you can and should for porn. Yep. It's not the government's place to regulate stupidity, but that doesn't mean stupid isn't stupid. Like most things. It's not a political problem, but a spiritual one. Alright. People are wondering why I'm talking to myself. Right, but so many people aren't people taught to make good decisions in their own lives, so they will bounce from meaningless thing to meaningless thing. Yep. Captain Health says, unfortunately, this is all a result of the internet and all information available instantaneously. Parents must be diligent about controlling what is available to them. Yep. Hello.
Hi. $5.92. Is it 20? It's only one.
Yeah. She was going to ring me up for 1 hour.
Change $8.17.
Thank you.
Save $2.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right. Got some toothpaste. Let's get out of here. Let me just stick it in here. But now I'm thirsty. All right. Hi, cashier lady. The Asian guy was just talking about porn. Never mind. Should the state stop Epstein's Matt, or stop Epstein's Matt? Or is that too Christian? What? I don't understand the question, Dee Dee. So then what's the alternative for long-term singles? Why do you need an alternative? Why is that necessary? Yeah, purity. That's a good answer. But for those, I mean, honestly, you're just warping your expectations. It might be the porn that's keeping you a long-term single. You're letting off the steam that otherwise you should be using that energy to find someone to help you not be a long-term single anymore. You know, it's a placebo. Porn is a placebo for relationship. It's not only, and it legitimately has ruined relationships, marriages, people's desire for their spouse or their significant other. It has not only done that, but it can preemptively ruin your chances at relationship, right? So what is your solution for long-term singles? Your alternative? Well, porn ain't it. Porn is not it. And we haven't even gotten into the fact that you are freaking... You are feeding the system that is destroying the lives and the futures of these young women. And the men too, but I mean, I'm more worried about the well-being of young women because I'm a man. And I don't care if you call it a double standard or if you call it misogyny or what. But I do believe that men should and do have an instinctual drive to want to protect young women. And if you are of the mind that rather than protecting this young woman who obviously has daddy issues and for whatever reason, financial, psychological, or otherwise, feels the need to spread her legs and take off her clothes so that some frickin' slimeball can film her having sex with somebody, you're not just encouraging that, you're creating the very market for it. You are guilty. You're guilty of ruining that woman's life. You know, if there was no market for porn, there would be no porn. If you are the market, you are the reason, and there you therefore, and myself too, I have in the past. I'm not saying that I'm the perfect righteous one. I am guilty as well. But you don't just say a sin isn't a sin, a bad isn't a bad, an evil isn't an evil because you've partaken of it yourself. That's what repentance is. You're turning away from doing those wrongs, from committing those evils, from adding to the filth that ruins people's lives. Lives! It's not just a picture. That's a person. And you are ruining their life. I mean, talk about having a limited career. A lot of these women, they get chump change, a few $100s to ruin their lives. And if you don't feel bad about that, where's your soul? You know? Nancy says God isn't going to deal any differently with a non-Christian who rejects porn. Get them grafted into the church first, then there's hope for change. Well, I'm not talking about salvation here. I'm talking about practical realities and objective evil. Is porn consumption altering neurochemistry and relationship satisfaction? Uh-huh. That's what it does. That is what it does, Edwin. Johnny Torch says, degeneracy is not the foundation for a healthy civilization. That is also correct. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic right now. People coming up on me. Aren't you conflating the issues here? Redefine, Seed Fan. I know you wrote that a while ago and I don't remember what you're talking about. Dee, what percentage of 16-year-old sex is rape, please? Statutory rape? All of it. What's up, Sharon? Oh, just porn. I was just saying it weird. Oh. Hashtag porn is a sin. Porn feels good at the moment, but ultimately hurts you more in the long run. Yeah. Okay, you guys are having an argument about 16-year-olds having sex and rape. That's interesting. Dee, a lot of teens are having premarital sex. A lot, but not as many as say they are. That was recounting my story from earlier. If you're feeling pressured because you're a teenager, because your friends are telling you they've all had sex, don't believe them. I mean, some of them are, yeah. But like I said, when I got to school and I talked to my friends about it after I had done the deed, it turned out they had all been lying about it. So, yeah. Teenagers are notorious for not only following the herd, being pressured, but for lying about what they think will make them sound cool. Weird, huh? I wasn't expecting this conversation on XE, but the topic is a big issue for sure. For sure. It is. And yeah, I don't think we've discussed it here before, so I thought it was important. See, Mike, this is where the debate goes, says Kevin Ryan. If porn is legal, then sex is legal. And if sex is legal, you want 12-year-olds raped. Complete conflation. Kevin Ryan, none of that makes sense. Of course, sex is legal. But porn and 12-year-olds. What the hell? What are you talking about? Studies have shown male porn addiction has the direct correlation to relationship issues. It also creates a false sense of what is typical sexual experience is. Yep. And that leads to disappointment in your partner who can't do gymnastics, or for a man who can't hump like a rabbit for, half an hour or whatever. I don't know. I haven't watched porn in 30 years. 30 years? Nah. About 25 years. Maybe. Talking about child porn and sex trafficking. Yeah, if I was in front of the computer, I mean, I could look up all the stats, but there are no positive stats that I can think of for porn addiction, or not even addiction, just porn, use. The usage of pornography is never a positive. Gosh, I kind of feel like I want to go that way and grab one of those yummy figs. But this way I'll probably get home a little early. Maybe I can pop on the computer and find some of those stats. And is any man here okay with having sex with children? Is it okay? Then you need a law. Hawaii is a large hub for human trafficking, sex trafficking. We were involved in a renovation project for a recovery facility for young women and teens who had been sex trafficked. It's a problem. I mean, there are women here, young girls, just kidnapped in San Diego County, taken to Mexico. It is a problem. It's a problem fed by an industry that uses sex as currency, Roscoe says the solution is a God-fearing society that accepts that porn is a sin on God's authority and refuses its consumption rather than trying to reason and justify the satisfaction of their concupiscence. It's true. And this is kind of where I go back and forth on the I'm a devoutly religious person, but politically I'm very libertarian. And I don't think God wants us to make everything illegal, right? I mean, he freed us from the law, didn't he? He freed us from the law so that our decisions can be based not on law, but that our decisions can be based on conscience. Now, a society has to have laws to protect one person from another. And again, in this case, if you've got two consenting adults and they want to do stupid stuff, I can't step in there with the justice system and say, hey, you two consenting adults can't do this stupid stuff that'll destroy your lives and that's going to harm other people who freely choose to indulge in your stupid behavior. Now, that's one thing, but Someone said, you can't just make everything illegal because it's bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. But you know what's illegal? Child abuse. Do we stop making child abuse illegal because it's gonna happen anyways? No, we're trying to protect the children. So if there's anything I would put forth as a law, it's to make it very painful for parents who think it's okay to let, again, their 12, 13, 14-year-old kids indulge in pornography. 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, anyone under 18. If you're not an adult and your parents allow you to watch porn, I believe that is child abuse. And I believe that if it is found out and reported, then the law should intervene. Take those kids away. I know, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. You want to take kids away from parents because they let them watch porn. That's child abuse. You are freaking messing up your children for the rest of their lives. Their ability to have real relationships is going to be jacked. Not to say that they can't ever. I mean, I do, but I had to overcome. And I have a head full of stuff that certainly is not beneficial to my relationship with my wife. I don't know, maybe that's gone too far. I honestly don't have a solution for this. I want to protect the children against this freaking evil in the world. And people excusing it and saying you can't do anything because it's gonna happen anyways. Then don't have any laws at all. How's that? Is that a reasonable answer? No, it's not. Who was that? Victor says my dad used.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
What's going on with you?
I'm live streaming. You want to say hi to my YouTube audience?
Well, who's your YouTube audience? Hey, people. Hey, how's it
More
going?
people. This is Steve.
Best artist known to man right here.
Best plumber in the world. I'll see you later, brother. Porn equals disgusting behavior. Sadly, this stuff is only getting worse. Eventually, they will add the P to the LGBTQ mafia. Oh, it's in there. That's in the plus. That's in the plus. Don't doubt it for a second. The B is in the plus too. The other B. All the letters are in the plus. They'll get there eventually. Like I was saying to my friend Donnie, who was just so mad that I'm a conservative and a Christian and I don't believe in special rights for gays and whatever it is. And he's like, so mad about it. And I'm like, Donnie, when we were in college 30 years ago, could you have imagined that we would be fighting cases about allowing grown men into bathrooms with young girls? Would you have imagined it? No, we would not have imagined it. The slippery slope is real. The gay agenda is real. And again, I've got gay friends, I've got gay fans. It's not about you living your life. Live your life. Again, I'm a libertarian. What you want to do with another consenting adult is your business. But the mafia, the agenda, the pushing it in everybody's face relentlessly and constantly to the point where, you know what, a lot of freaking ignorant people actually believe 20% of the population is gay because of the overrepresentation in media in Hollywood. Congratulations, I mean, the gay lobby is winning the fight over the public consciousness. So they're doing a great job, and they're turning anyone who doesn't want to promote what isn't abnormal by scientific definition. Boy, they hate science when you use the word abnormal, doesn't it? Those of us who don't want to promote an abnormal lifestyle are haters, ists and phobes and whatever. Screw you. Screw you. Again, what you want to do regarding pornography, homosexuality, drug use. I'm a libertarian. I'm not like a capital L libertarian. Like I don't register as libertarian. But man, I am all about letting people be as stupid as they want to be with their lives. And no, I'm not telling gay people they're stupid. I'm sure someone's going to try to make me say that, like Micah Curtis, who has no problem changing the words that I say into completely different sentences and then quoting me on it. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Mike jogging, man, he's so winded. No, it's just the whole walk back is uphill, so that's why I get a little winded. The walk down is much easier. Very true. You could just not turn on the TV. Didn't kill me. And it turned out okay. Turned out okay. Grew up without TV. Wow, I grew up with a TV. Victor, that's terrible. All right, let me get some water. Oh, it's warm in this house. All right, toothpaste. Got all my toothpaste here. One for that bathroom. One for the other bathroom. Look at all these still here. Oh boy. Is this good water? That's good water. Let me prop you up for a second. I already have 2 open waters in the house, but this one's the closest. Sorry, Jason Momoa, this is a single-use bottle, and it will be thrown into the recycling bin. But not because I care about recycling, because I want that 5 cents, yeah! Doot. Clean glass. Do I want cold coffee? But it won't be hot after I get out of the shower. What do I do, guys? What do I do? What's that? Have fruit juice instead, you say? Orange peach mango juice? Okay, I guess I could do that. This is actually really good juice. Use the fullest mic. Brand new gallon, half gallon of orange peach mango. I could get some Pog, but I'd have to go to a different store. I guess don't do it. Which variety of Tom's toothpaste? I can never decide. Oh, I hate that cinnamon crap. I get, because I go to Bargain Market, I just get whatever they have. So I get mint, but it's luminous white mint. Didn't see your response to my comment. I don't remember what your comment was. I missed it. Did Mike show how to walk into his house? Only if you can, if you have a map of the sky patterns above my house, because I have the camera like this. Mike, you would get in shape so fast, probably 2 weeks of jogging, be ripped like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, huh? I'd have to stop eating as much, because my stomach is really tight. Like, I don't have any, okay, I got a little fat. I can pinch I don't know, half an inch. Remember those old commercials? You can't pinch an inch on me. So I can pinch about a half an inch, but the belly portion of our, I'm just kidding, I'm sticking it out. That's like, cause I That's what's inside. Because I've been eating. We got this at Trader Joe's yesterday. Coconut whipped topping. Oh, it's so good on coffee. Maybe I will have a hot coffee so I can... Well, I guess it doesn't have to be hot. Maybe I'll take a shower first and then decide. Why am I trolling? Yeah, why are you trolling, man? Why? Why? Now I get to take my Listenapro. You guys get to be part of my morning regiment. Yes, 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 Listenapro. It's what everyone should take if they have moderate high blood pressure. My comment was that any discussion of regulating porn turns into it's for children. It's for children? Why is not the defense of children important to you, Kevin Ryan? I'm saying if there's any regulation to be had, it should be had for the protection of children. Again, if you don't mind being part of an industry that destroys people's lives, then that's your choice, right? But no, it's for the children. I still don't get what you're saying. Again, I feel the same way about drugs. I feel the same way about a lot of stuff. I'm very, very libertarian on what people should be allowed to do in their own lives. I'm not for making every stupid decision illegal, but I am about protecting children because everything can be regulated with if it saves one child, it's worth it. Banning or over-regulating just gives criminal organizations yet another multi-billion-dollar revenue stream. That's true, Ray. Mike, please do not take us with you into the shower. But this is the porn stream. Regulate guns. If it just saves one child, it's worth it. Kevin, are you just trying? No. You do understand what I'm saying, right? Do you think we should not, quote unquote, regulate child abuse? You're making the if it's going to happen anyways, it shouldn't be illegal argument, which is ridiculous. Require a censorship board for all comic books. What if a child reads it, Mike? That's not the same thing as purposefully allowing it to happen, right? You know, if a kid, you know, I don't know, buys a joint off a friend at school, that's one thing, right? If a kid's parents give him a joint, that's something entirely different. One is child abuse. One is you know, it's wrong and it's illegal, but you don't hold the parents accountable for that type of a thing. Yes, I do. I think we should regulate child abuse, but not everything is child abuse. Parents allowing their children to watch porn is child abuse, in my mind, in my opinion. What is porn? Some PG-13 movies have nudity. Game of Thrones has nude sex scenes. So when does something become porn? Well, nudity in and of itself can, and then can also not be porn. I know it's a really, and that's another real reason it's near impossible to regulate, right? They make up arbitrary laws like, well, there's topless, and there's full frontal, and there, you know, whatever. There's softcore, and there's hardcore, and there's whatever. I don't want to delve into all the little delineations. But Yeah, if you are, again, I don't have all the solutions in the world, guys. I don't have, hell, I probably don't have any solutions. I'm just saying, uh, if you're a parent and you're allowing your children porn, that's child abuse. I'd agree that parents letting children watch porn is child abuse, Mike, but I did miss a section of this. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know what Nabokov is. We know kids shouldn't smoke, but now you need to be 21 to buy a match. Uh, um, anyways, I know it's kind of early, but I really like I need to get in the shower. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you for being here on this episode of Cross Examinations. It was a walkie-talkie episode, crosswalk examinations, except I didn't call it that. But porn is a sin, guys. So don't do it. All right, God bless. I'll see you later.